Hey there, YouTube's Chris Holman here. It is Wednesday, April 4th, 2018. So this morning I put out part 2 of my leadership video. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. And if you haven't seen part 1 from last week, go ahead and check that out as well. Yesterday's video, it went out late last night. I had discussed how, my channel's changing. So I'm moving away from doing firearm content into doing pro Second Amendment advocacy stuff, and then kind of ramping up my philosophy and life and faith and stuff like that on my weekly videos. So there's that, and my health vlog is going to be once a week, not every day, and then a daily vlog. So there is something that I'm trying to get set up for my channel down the road. So I'm working on that. I'm not going to say what it is. Not going to say what it is. So there's that. And another thing too is, I'm probably gonna be, I'm gonna be a lot more likely now to say go to a rally or a protest, that is, of course, related to gun rights and the Second Amendment and stuff like that. So there is that. All right, so today's video is kind of expanding on what I briefly touched also in yesterday's video, which is the shooting down at YouTube headquarters. And there's a lot more that is known now. And what's interesting is that the mainstream media, as soon as they found out that the suspect not only wasn't a man, not only was the suspect not white, the suspect is Persian or Iranian. The shooter was a vegan and a far leftist, not an NRA member, and in a heavily, gun-controlled area. Can't blame the shooting on the NRA. Can't blame it on white people. Can't blame it on men. Can't blame it on Republicans. Who you gonna blame it on? Can't blame it on nobody. So as soon as they couldn't realize they couldn't they could not manipulate the story to push their narrative, drop it. Drop it. So it's dropped. It was first reported it was a white woman and that it was some kind of domestic dispute. Couldn't be further from the truth. I don't even know where they got that. Supposedly she had a boyfriend that worked there. She didn't. She was a YouTuber with about 10,000 subscribers-ish. Her channels have all been taken down. With the views that she was getting, so I think it was something like 9 million views she's had. Even then, she was mad because she got demonetized for some of her channels. She felt like that, and probably rightfully so, that YouTube was affecting her ability to, her viewership, right? I get that. Now, you also have to consider the content that she made. So she was this raving, animal rights activist and vegan, and now her channels have been down. If you want to see some examples of a lot of the content that she would make, last night, Resistance Chicks, Leah and Michelle, did 2 live streams actually on this, very, very close together. And in the second live stream was after they had identified her. I don't remember her name. I don't even care. I don't think her name should even be said. But anyway, she was identified, and before they could scrub all of her social media, we were watching it live on YouTube. They did scrub, her YouTube channel was scrubbed by then, but her Facebook was still up. It went down her Facebook went down during the live stream while we were watching. And she had a website. So there was some other stuff that Leah and Michelle of Resistance Chicks were just going over. And it was really a really good show. So go check it out. I'll put a link in the description below for you to see it if you haven't seen it. A lot of my viewers, well, I don't know, I really don't know how many, but I know that some of my viewers and subscribers are also viewers and subscribers to Resistance Chicks, so you've likely already seen it. But those who haven't, go check it out. That whole narrative just got destroyed when the truth came out, and it's pretty crazy. Now, how does that affect the rest of us? Now, this is just speculation at this point. And that is that YouTube will double down on their anti-firearm content, anti-Second Amendment content. They're just going to double down on it. Now, if anybody really wants to know why all of this censorship is going on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter, it's because the left, the far left, they're blaming the use of social media and Russian bots and all that on Hillary losing the election, right? Because they can't face reality. So then, to them, to restore democracy, whatever, they have to then silence us, which is the opposite, actually has the opposite effect. It doesn't restore democracy, it would create an echo chamber. But anyway, one final note I want to go with, and I hope you've held on this far. So there was an interview, an older gentleman there on the scene, and he said you had to be smart and fast and all that, and he said, I didn't have a gun, but I wish I did. Now, he didn't say it the way I said it, but that's what he said. That's what he said. I didn't have a gun, I wish I did. Think about that for a minute. He didn't have a gun, he wished he did. Says everything you need to know right there. So now I'm gonna kind of switch gears a little bit at the last little part of this. Yesterday, I'm not gonna say last night because it took me pretty much a good chunk of the day yesterday. I made my homemade spaghetti sauce from scratch. I mean, the only way I could make it even more from scratch is if I started with tomatoes, actual tomatoes, and then made them into the juice and then to the sauce, and then, right, like, I didn't go that far back to scratch, but, with ingredients. It's not store-bought spaghetti. And my sauce is pretty darn good. And last night's batch, which was a double batch, is the best batch I've ever made. In fact, maybe I'm a little partial because I made it, but I think it might possibly be the best spaghetti sauce I've ever had. It was amazing. I really did a good job on it. And it wasn't done till after midnight. I mean, I should have started it earlier in the morning instead of around 11 or whatever. I should have started at like 9 o'clock. I should have, maybe 8 o'clock. I don't know. I mean, it was a double batch, and maybe that affected how long it took too. But Man, it was really good. So then, after midnight, it was sometime maybe around 1 o'clock. I don't remember the exact time it was done, but I had 2 plates of spaghetti, and then I finished editing. You know, today's video that got put out, that leadership part 2, and put it out, and then went to bed. And then when I woke up, I was 5 pounds heavier than what I was, you know, the day before. Just from that spaghetti. Man, good spaghetti. Good spaghetti. So, thanks for watching. Everybody have a great day. God is love. God bless.